Imagine a phone that doesn't just feel like an upgrade, but like a completely new category of device. A phone that can replace your camera on vacation, handle work like a small laptop, and use AI so well that it quietly takes over half the boring stuff you do every day. It's exactly what Samsung is aiming at with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And if you're in the US and even thinking about upgrading your phone in the next year or so, you'll want to hear this out before you lock into another contract or trade-in deal. Nothing is official until Samsung gets on stage and announces it, but what you're about to hear is a realistic picture of what the S26 Ultra could look like. Based on how Samsung has been evolving their Ultra line, what the industry is moving toward, and where their Galaxy AI push is clearly headed. So don't treat this as a final spec sheet, but do treat it as a very good idea of what you should expect and what you should hold off for. Let's start with what you'll notice every single time you pick this thing up: the design and the feel in your hand. Samsung's Ultra phones have been moving toward that sharp industrial, almost digital notebook look. Boxy corners, a big slab of glass and premium materials, and with the S26 Ultra, expect Samsung to double down on that. A titanium or titanium blend frame that's lighter than older models but still ridiculously strong. Slimmer bezels that practically disappear, and a front that is almost all screen. It's not almost the way marketing usually says it, but actually almost all screen, where you glance down and see your content floating with just the tiniest border around it. You throw a case on, and it still feels premium. You go without a case, and it still doesn't feel like a slippery bar of soap. That front display is where Samsung usually flexes the hardest, and the S26 Ultra will be no different. A big, bright, high refresh OLED panel around that 6.8-inch mark, with smooth scrolling that stays buttery even when you're gaming, and brightness that laughs at direct sunlight. With peak brightness high enough that you can stand outside at noon, glance at a map, and actually see it without squinting. Refresh rate will likely ramp from ultra low to save battery all the way up when you're scrolling TikTok, Instagram, or gaming. And of course, the S Pen will still be there. The Ultra line is the last survivor of the Note DNA. Samsung knows people in the US still love that digital pen, so picture even lower latency, better palm rejection, and AI-powered handwriting recognition. You scribble down a messy note in a meeting, and in one tap, it's turned into clean, formatted text you can drop into an email or a document. For a lot of people, the real reason to even look at an Ultra phone is the camera. And this is where the S26 Ultra will either win or lose for most buyers. Samsung has already pushed resolution crazy high with 100 plus megapixel sensors and massive zoom, but with the S26 Ultra, the next logical step is not just more megapixels, but a bigger, smarter sensor that pulls in more light and handles noise better at night. Imagine a main camera that's not just sharp in good light, but actually clean and detailed in bad light late night bar photos. Indoor shots of kids running around cityscapes at dusk without needing to stand perfectly still for 3 seconds. Zoom is where Samsung loves to beat Apple and Google on paper, and the S26 Ultra will try to keep that crown. With serious optical zoom and better clarity somewhere in that 5x to 10x sweet spot, and maybe even more intelligent zoom that blends multiple lenses together for a smoother, continuous feel. Instead of this looks good at 1x and again at 5x, but everything in between looks mushy. You get sharp detail from roughly 1x up to the high zoom levels most people actually use. Plus improved stabilization, so when you zoom way in at a concert or at your kid's game, the video doesn't look like it was shot on a roller coaster. For creators, this phone is going to be a pocket studio, Samsung leaning harder into AI-assisted photography and video. You shoot a regular video clip and the phone can create a stabilized cinematic version for you automatically. Watch you. Grab a photo where someone blinked and the phone can suggest a fix. You take a picture of a landmark on a trip and with one tap, the AI can clean up the scene, removing random strangers in the background, straightening the horizon, even adjusting the sky for a more dramatic look while still making it look natural enough that it doesn't scream over-edited. You don't have to understand editing. You just tap, choose from a few smart suggestions, and the S26 Ultra does the boring lifting for you. Underneath all this, the S26 Ultra will basically be a monster with a cutting-edge chip built on. One of the most advanced manufacturing processes available. 3 nanometer or better, meaning more power with less heat and better efficiency. In daily life, that means your phone feels fast all the time, not just the first month. Apps open instantly. Big games don't stutter. Your phone doesn't roast your hand after a long call or a few matches of Call of Duty Mobile. When Samsung combines that raw power with Galaxy AI, things get more interesting. More advanced voice features, smarter live translation during calls, AI summaries of long messages or emails, and maybe even an assistant that learns your habits auto-drafting. Replies that sound like you, not a robot. This is where Samsung is clearly going to push hardest. The S26 Ultra isn't just going to have every phone will say that by then. The real question is how much of that AI happens on the device and not in the cloud. The more that happens locally, the faster and more private it is. So, picture this. You highlight a wall of text in a web page, hit a button, and get a short bullet point summary with no internet connection needed. You ask your phone, "Show me the photos from last summer where I was wearing a red shirt and holding a coffee," and it just pulls them up instantly. You're editing a video and the phone can auto-cut the boring parts, center faces, and even suggest background music based on the mood of the clip. The S26 Ultra could quietly become the first Samsung phone where AI isn't a feature. You try once, it's baked so deep that you use it every single day without thinking about it. None of that matters if the battery is weak. And Samsung knows that if you buy an Ultra, you expect it to last. Expect something around that 5,000 mAh mark, or slightly higher. But the real story won't be the number, it'll be the efficiency. That new chip, plus smarter display tech, plus AI-based power management, could let the phone stretch a normal user through a full day and into the next morning without stress. You should be able to wake up, unplug, go to work, scroll social, take pictures, use GPS, hop on a few calls, game a bit at night, and still not be sweating for a charger before bed. Charging will likely get a little faster, and while Samsung tends to be more conservative than some Chinese brands, you can expect the kind of speed where you can get from nearly dead to a comfortable level while you shower and get ready. Then there's software support and ecosystem, something people in the US often overlook because it doesn't show up in flashy ads. This is where the S26 Ultra might quietly become way more valuable than it looks on launch day. Samsung has already been extending how many years of updates its flagships get. By the time the S26 Ultra drops, it's reasonable to expect a seriously long support window, meaning this phone could stay secure, stay compatible with new apps, and keep getting new features for years. Combine that with tighter integration with Galaxy watches, buds, tablets, and even Windows laptops. You're basically buying into a whole system, not just a single phone with seamless copy-paste between devices. Easy hotspot sharing. Your calls and messages showing up on your PC, and your photos syncing everywhere. We'll also likely see smarter connectivity, more reliable 5G, better Wi-Fi, as maybe even some form of satellite-assisted emergency features, not necessarily to send memes over satellite, but to send a basic emergency message when you lose signal on a road trip in the middle of nowhere in the US, where a lot of people drive long distances or live in areas with spotty coverage. That's not a gimmick, that's peace of mind. So should you actually wait for the Galaxy S26 Ultra? If you're using something like a Galaxy S22, an older iPhone, for a mid-range Android, and you're not desperate to upgrade today, the S26 Ultra could absolutely be worth waiting for, because you're not just getting a slightly better camera and a slightly faster chip. You're looking at a phone that leans heavily into AI, smarter zoom, better low light, a brighter and smoother display, and longer software support. That combination means a phone that stays good enough for way longer, and in a world where carrier contracts and pricing keep creeping up in the US, that matters more than any single spec. The one feature that might matter more than all the others combined isn't the camera, or the chip, or even the design. It's how long this phone will feel new. If Samsung really delivers on long-term updates and keeps pushing new AI tools and camera tricks to this thing over the years, the S26 Ultra could be the first Samsung phone many people keep for 4, 5, even 6 years without feeling left behind. That's the real upgrade. Not just how it feels on day one, but how it'll feel on day 1000. So before you trade in, before you sign that new 2-year deal, ask yourself if you want the usual small step or, if you want to, wait for the phone that might actually change how you use your device every single day.